What's going on, guys? Sky from TLT back with another video. In today's video, back with TLT Daily, we're going to talk to you guys about a possible iPod Touch and iPod Nano comeback, the Samsung Gear Fit 2, and why you should get it, and iMessage for Android is never coming. So, let's get right into it. Let's start talking about it. So, based on what we see in rumors, or we thought for a while that Apple's going to release iMessage for Android during WWDC, which is basically Apple's Worldwide Developer Conference for each year. So they do this every year. And this was rumored to be the comeback from Apple with iMessage. Unfortunately, it didn't seem to be the case. But after that, there were still rumors that it was possibly going to get released in maybe an iOS 11 or something different, or maybe even during the iPhone 7 event. That'd be pretty awesome. But I hate to say it, but based on what we see right now, chances are it's going to be not happening anytime soon. So one of the executives, one of the higher-ups from Apple, unfortunately not known, but talked to one of these companies. I don't know which one it was, but you can see some information right here. But you can see The Verge, here you go, asked a senior advisor or executive about a rumor, and the person unfortunately said this, alright? First, he said, Apple considers its own user base of 1 billion active devices to provide a large enough data set for as many possible people. So basically, what he's trying to say, you can read this whole thing, and you can read on if you want, but he's basically saying, he or she is saying, that the reason that iMessage not on Android already, or didn't get released for Android during WWDC, is basically for the most part because they want to be different from Android. They want that to be their standalone reason why people should go over to iOS. I think that's at least one of the reasons. At least, for example, for this, one of the top 10 reasons or top 5 reasons why someone would want to go from Android to iOS, apparently it's because of iMessage. Very different case with Apple Music, as you know, where it's cross-platform. It's on both Android and iOS. That's actually why I pay for Apple Music. If it wasn't on Android, I wouldn't be paying, so you got to keep that in mind. I'm an Android user as well as an iPhone user, but without the Apple Music on Android, I would have never used it. I would have never paid $14.99 a month for it. I would never use it. So with that being said, I'm kind of shocked that Apple is not bringing it over to iMessage to Android, because I think that would be a good idea for them to do, and I think they can make a lot of revenue from that, because think of it, all the money they can make from the apps that they now have with that, it's kind of unbelievable. So I think they could have really at least tried to do something, because think of it, I think it's like 20% of their users is from Android, so I think that would be a great idea for them to even consider. I think it's like 5 or 10 million people on that pay for Apple Music, no, 5 million people that have the app downloaded on their phone with Apple Music or with Android. So I have to say I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't do it. Obviously, I'm not entirely shocked, but am to an extent disappointed, but it makes sense. Next up is the Gear Fit 2. Listen, I like this device. It's $179, or $180 if you will, and it's basically an all-around fitness tracker. So it's very similar to the Apple Watch, and we have a separate video on this coming up on the channel tomorrow, so just to let you guys know, it will be up tomorrow morning. It's called the Gear Fit 2 Should You Buy video. I'll definitely check that out. It'll be up at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, and basically we talk a lot about the Gear Fit 2. I'm not going to give away too much on what I think, but I talk a lot about the features and all that, and like I said, it's a good watch. Regardless of what happens, it's a good fitness wearable. It's just whether or not it's worth paying your money or doing that if you're not a fitness user, a good question. But listen, I like how you can sync up your playlist, much like you can do with the Apple Watch. I like that a lot. You can stay in sync, Android 4.4 or higher, and at least 1.5 gigs of RAM. That's pretty awesome. I like that. So it's a departure from Samsung's only Samsung devices, pretty much. So it is good. I like the design. It looks great. Just whether or not you should get it, it's up to you. Now, iPod making a comeback. We saw an update. We'd seen an update last year from Apple. I think it was last year. Maybe it was 2 years ago. No, I don't know. But I believe it was last year. Apple made an announcement of an iPod Touch 6th generation. Alright, you guys can look it up. You guys can let me know. I believe it was last year. And, listen, it was a good design. It was great, actually. 8-chip, 8-megapixel iSight camera, 5 stunning colors. But if you notice, there's one thing that's weird. Alright, look at that right there. Anything weird? This is the only Apple product to date, other than obviously the iPod Nano, that doesn't have a fingerprint scanner. So I would be shocked if Apple was not planning to release at least an update, maybe an iPod Touch 7th generation or something different to the line. I mean, I don't think they're going to kill it off yet. And granted, it's not even on their website anymore. If you look, it's not even on their front page. There's Mac, iPad, iPhone, Watch. TV, music, and support. There's not even an option for the iPod Touch. You have to dig in a lot, or you can go to apple.com/iPod, obviously. But the point is, it's not on their homepage anymore, and that's kind of disappointing for them as a company, I think, because that's how they got started with it. So, listen, I'm not saying that Apple will plan on a comeback anytime soon. It's just I think it could happen. I think it should happen. Listen, with the iPod Shuffle, I like the design. I think they need to keep... Here's what I think. They need to get rid of the iPod Nano. I hate to say it, but I think... While I love the iPod Nano, I've loved it. I have one. Listen, at this point, unfortunately, maybe they can get rid of the iPod Shuffle and lower the cost of the iPod Nano. So they have an iPod Nano and an iPod Touch. So you guys can decide. Like, the iPod Touch for kids that want to play games, but for the parents that don't necessarily want to give their kid a smartphone, but want all the features of a smartphone, other than obviously calling. I mean, granted that you can do an iPad with that, but if you want something smaller, this is the perfect option. And then for the iPod Nano, these are for those people that like listening to music exclusively. I think something that they desperately need to do and then integrate to that is Apple Music support on the iPod Nano. I think that would make the iPod Nano 100% better. Like with the Apple TV, they made it compatible, and it's fantastic. I think they really need to do that with the iPod. And I can tell you right now, if Apple was to release, or were to release eventually, an iPod Nano, let's say 8th generation, I think it is, with Apple Music support, I mean, unless it's more than $200, I'm buying. I'm going right to the Apple Store or wherever I need to go, and I'm putting my money towards it. Because quite frankly, using my phone and all that is quite annoying. I'd rather just have something exclusive for Apple Music. I would love that. Like, Apple, listen to me. I think that's something. I think I have an idea what consumers want. And I'd say, that's at least what I want, and then it'd be fantastic. Let us know what you guys think about this and all of this more. I know we're going on a little longer than we usually do, but I apologize for that. But thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to let us know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Be sure to head over to techlifetodayco.com for tech news just like this. And other than that, guys, I apologize for the long video, but it's kind of like a rant video, if you will. But I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.